Hi, my name is Susan. I moved to Vernon a couple of years ago, bought this house and was really happy with it, with the exception of the kitchen. I had a very old kitchen that had very poor cupboards. They couldn't adjust the shelves. I was really making do for a couple of years. And I really wanted to have a much more updated kitchen. I also had no overhead lighting in my dining room that was adjacent to the kitchen, and so that was the second part of the project that I really wanted done. So when I finally had some funds, I decided to start looking around, and I found Smith & Sons on the internet and read about them, looked at their website, and was quite interested and contacted Scott. And he contacted me quite quickly, and then he arranged a meeting and we went from there. In regards to providing me a quote, Scott went through a couple of different steps. Before he actually provided me a quote, he actually had two of the subcontractors come in to look at the job. He brought the kitchen specialists in, and we talked about what I was looking for and talked about some details. And also because of the electrical work, including the dining room overhead lighting, he brought an electrician in. The plumbing was very not a big part of the job at all because we didn't relocate the sink or the dishwasher. And then the new position for the fridge, he was able to look downstairs and see that it would be very easy to run the water line. So I was very pleased with the details that he went through in order to get a realistic quote. I did have one other person come in to do a quote. He was also very reasonable, but I finally made my decision to work with Smith & Sons was based on the process of the quote and the details and the lengthy discussions that Scott and I had in regards to my project. Scott comes across as a very open and honest and detailed-oriented person that I thought would be a good fit for what I was looking for in my renovation. Both Scott and the workers that came in to work on the project under his supervision were very easy to get along with. They were very personable. I have a dog, and they were very open to having the dog around and very supportive of the dog and the cat, and just very friendly. I sometimes had my granddaughter here, and again, they were very friendly with my granddaughter. As the project moved through the different stages, overall the project was on time. There were some times where things were a little bit slower, like I'd added the backsplash and there was Christmas break, but we handled that. And anytime that there were any issues, if I contacted Scott, he answered me promptly and dealt with the questions that I had right away. Overall, the project went ahead very smoothly. The prep work was done on schedule, the cupboards came in on schedule, the countertop came on schedule. The only unexpected thing was actually the addition of the backsplash, and that sort of added to the project, and we sort of bumped into Christmas, and so we took a little bit of a break, and then unfortunately we hit some cold weather, which made the backsplash a bit more challenging because it was glass tile. But the really worthwhile thing about the backsplash was there was a mismarking of the price of the tiles at the store that I bought it, but Scott went to bat with the store for me and argued that that's what the price was marked, and he got them to stick to that price. Smith & Sons, in particular Scott and the Evan and Brandon who worked on the project, they were always very accommodating for my needs. They made sure that I had a functioning kitchen before Christmas so that I could go ahead and make Christmas cookies with my granddaughter. They just were always ready to meet any request that I made. Before the renovation was done, I functioned in my kitchen, but it was sometimes challenging. And every day when I come downstairs and walk into my kitchen, I just have a big smile on my face because it has totally changed the feel of my house and brought the kitchen up to par with the rest of the house. It makes me happy to be in my kitchen now. Before I started my renovations, I had lived through renovations in the past in a different home, and so I'd had some experience with renovations and knew what to expect. In regards to working with Smith & Sons, they made the whole experience quite seamless. Very pleased with the quality of the work, and the outcome is more than what I expected. My recommendation to somebody when they're looking for a general contractor is to spend some time with them before making that final decision. You get a better idea of who they are as a person, what their values are, and those are important in terms of being able to work closely with someone that's going to be coming into your home on an ongoing basis for likely weeks at a time. I would certainly suggest Smith & Sons would be a wonderful contractor to work with. They provided quality service in an efficient manner with lots of attention to detail. If I had to describe Smith & Sons in one word, it's tough. I'm trying to decide whether I want to go with a word that is related to more the personality of some of the people that I worked with, or the outcome. And that's tough because in terms of personality, I would say they are caring, and in terms of outcome, I would say they are very effective.